Hey friends, welcome to or welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name's Kristen, and today I've got some products from Born Pretty to try out. I've got these 4 gel colors which are really unique, so we'll swatch those first, and then I'm going to show you how to use their poking gel system. I've got a black poking gel, and the base gel is specifically for the poking system. If all of that sounds like a good time, please like the video, hype it if you can, and subscribe to the channel for more. At the time of filming, I had these Beetles Tipp-Ex light nails on for 15 days, which is a long time for me, and they're feeling really strong and really good. I'm really enjoying wearing them, so I totally get the hype. We're going to get right into swatching. We're going to start with mint soda. A lot of these colors are very unique with a really dark brown base with a subtle hint of color. I was very intrigued to try them. This one has a base which is it looks like a soda or a pop brown color. Like it looks like a dark soda. And I'm going to do this for all of them, but I'm only going to show it for this one. I'm going to demagnetize the first layer just because I want to build up that jelly color before I actually use the magnet to bring out the color. And you can see that mint green starting to come through. It's a subtle shift, but when the light hits it just right, it really pops. Next up is guava soda. I really like this one. I think this one's my favorite of the soda-inspired ones. The base for this one is still a brown color, but it's leaning more into the yellow caramel family. And if you're wanting to pick up anything that you see today, I do have a code with Born Pretty. It's Stab Nails for 10% off. And I also have an affiliate link, which will be listed in the description. I really love the shift on this one, this beautiful, like pinky, orangey, I guess a guava shade is really pretty. Next up is grape iced, and they really missed an opportunity to call this one grape soda, in my opinion. So like the other ones, this one has a brown base. Again, it feels like a little bit different of a tone, probably closer in tone to that first one. But yeah, we've got a pop colored background, and this one's got like hints of, yeah, like a grapey, like a purpley blue. I've been filming at night, so sometimes it's hard for me to see the shift, but we'll take a look at some more swatches once I finish up with this one. So this is Red Spider Lily. This one is not part of that little soda collection. It's a red base with a red cat eye flip with larger particles than the last 3 that we swatched. This is a really beautiful color. Like I could see this translating not only over the Christmas holidays, but through Valentine's Day and even in some like horror sets because it is such a dark red base. Now, I did find the particles in this one hard to move around. I hadn't really come across that in a Born Pretty polish before, but I mean, I got them to where I wanted them to be, but yeah, I felt like they moved slow. Anyway, here is me trying to get a better image of the flip on these ones. Because they have a darker color, I was just struggling a little bit with the lighting, but I really wanted you guys to see how beautiful they are. They're very, very unique. I finally got the lighting to kind of catch the flip right here, so we're just going to quickly go through them one more time and let me know your thoughts about these cat eye shades. And now that we're done going through those, we are going to move into the main attraction, which is learning how to use the poking gel system. I'm so happy that Born Pretty sent these over to me. I've been so curious about poking gel. I'd almost bought it myself a few times. And yeah, I'm so happy to be able to show you guys how to use it. So here's the black upon opening. It comes in, you can get black poking gel and white poking gel. And I just felt like the black would be a bit more versatile for me. And then we have the space gel specifically for the poking system. So we're going to give that a try. I've got some swatch sticks prepared. I didn't want to do it on like a clear one, so I have a few like jelly nude swatch sticks ready. And I've got 3 techniques I want to go over today. So the first technique is we're going to apply the poking base gel, but we are not going to bring it all the way to the edge of the nail. I'm going to leave a little bit of a space, a little bit of an edge. And what that's going to do is allow the black poking gel to be solid around the edges of the nail. It'll prevent it from pulling in on itself. And you'll see a comparison between this technique and then putting it over the whole thing in just a moment. So let's open up this gel. It doesn't really look like it needs to be stirred, but I decided to give it a little stir anyway, just in case. The poking base gel is curing in my lamp for 60 seconds. And once it's done, I'm going to take some of the gel on a brush and just apply like a medium thick layer. I didn't do too thin, but I didn't make it like so thick that it looked opaque either. And I'm going to do a layer over the entire nail, and I'm not curing. So while the gel is still wet, you're going to take a tool like this silicone tool or maybe like a cuticle stick or something, and you're going to draw out a design. Don't expect it to be perfect because the gel is a little bit unpredictable, but you'll see it start to separate and pull away from each other, which can give some really unique designs. Obviously, I'm just practicing, I'm just kind of learning how it works. So these hearts aren't looking like great, but at least we can kind of see the process of like how the gel works. It definitely has a very unique aesthetic to it if you're going to use a gel like this. I do think it's nice to have something like this in your collection just in case you have a design in mind that it would be perfect for. I love how the hearts are looking very puffy. I wish I had done a better job, but honestly, they still look really cute. So I'm going to cure that for a whole minute in the lamp. And while that's curing, I'm going to go on to the next swatch, and this time we are going to paint the whole surface of the nail with the poking base gel, and then we're going to cure that for 1 minute. And just to check on this first swatch, once it's cured, the black gel and the base gel, neither of them have a sticky layer, which got me wondering if this stuff would work for chrome. So we're going to try that too. But first, I'm going to prep this nail. I decided I wanted to do something textural over top of this dark cat eye just to see how it would look. So for this one, I'm covering the whole surface of the nail. And now I'm going to go back to this one. We're going to paint the whole surface with, again, a medium layer of the black poking gel. It really glides on so smoothly. I don't know if it's because of the base coat or what, but yeah, it's super easy to work with. And again, don't cure. This time I'm going to take a cuticle stick just to see if it makes a difference. And I'm going to write the word poke on the nail. I'm kind of cleaning off the cuticle stick in between each poke, if you will. And we're going to see how this works for lettering. I've seen a lot of people online do lettering with this gel. And then I'm also just making some random lines and texture around the word just to kind of see what happens. And I can already see it kind of pulling away from the edges of the nail, which would be different from that first swatch we did. But yeah, look how puffy it's getting. It does like work pretty fast. You don't have to wait a really long time. I'm not speeding through. This is all like real time footage. So my K is looking a little bit more like an X right now. But anyway, here's a close up of the side. And that's how the gel reacts if you have the poking base gel over the whole surface. So once I feel like that has pulled apart enough, I'm going to cure it again for 1 minute. And then for this one, we're going to do some more abstract, kind of like textural thing and see how it works. So I'm just randomly swiping some of the black gel over this nail, but I'm not covering the whole surface. We're leaving some gaps. I'm going to go back to the silicone tool and just make some random textural, like nothing in particular, just poking some holes through the gel and hoping that I get an interesting texture come through. You might not be able to see it super well until I like hold the nail a certain way where it catches the cat eye reflect, but just stick with me on this one. I know it's hard because it's like black on top of a dark color. So, yeah, I think it's looking really interesting. I'm actually loving just like a texture, a random texture. So, let me cure that one. And now I'm going to break into my chrome collection. I just have a tiny little chrome case here, and I'm going to use one of these chrome sticks. I've had these for a few years now, and they're just so like easy and low maintenance and not as messy. And yeah, so I'm going to do that, and then we're just like straight up going to like rub it over half of this nail. And I was like pretty shocked actually. So like this black poking gel works like perfectly as a chrome base, and the chrome also doesn't stick to the poking base gel. Like it's almost like a perfect isolated chrome situation. I was kind of shook actually. I thought that that worked so incredibly well that I want to try it some more. So for this textural one, I'm taking my silver chrome again, kind of randomly putting it. And I decided I wanted to do like a blend of silver and gold. So this is the gold chrome stick, and I'm going to fill that in for the rest of the black spots so that all the texture is chrome. And I was seriously not expecting this. I don't know if this gel is advertised as a chrome gel. I don't know if the white one would work the same as the black one. But yeah, when I dust away the excess, it's like a perfect isolated chrome. So, yeah, I'm like really intrigued by that. And I feel like that is just such an amazing way to make the already cool texture pop even more. So, anyway, so let's just go over the three that I did. So, here's the one where the poking gel's all the way to the edge. It's like a clean side edge. This is a messy side edge. It works for images, lettering, and texture. And then I did a couple of swatches before filming, so this is just another heart one. This is where I first discovered the chrome thing. And then I also did a nail like this, which I thought was so interesting with the texture framing the nail over that darker color. So I think I want to do something like that. I'm going to go ahead and whip up a little nail set using the Born Pretty Milky White, the red spider lily shade. And yeah, I wanted to make some nails. I wanted to do that framing effect, that kind of abstract frame. And then we're going to make some hearts just to stick on top of them. So just a like quick, relatively low effort nail set. So after 2 layers of the milky white, I'm going in with the poking base gel, and I am applying it to the entire surface of the nail. Once that's on, I'm going to cure for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to go right in with the black poking gel, and I'm just going to haphazardly put it along the edges in my chaotic brush strokes. And I'm not worrying about getting too close to the center because I know the gel is going to pull away from itself quite a lot. So, yeah, once I'm happy with that, I'm going to take my tool. I'm just doing like X's all around. Not that it actually ends up looking anything like that. But yeah, this is just kind of how I started doing them, just to get some texture on the go. And then I'm just going to keep working it until I'm liking the effect. So don't be scared to go in and do more to it if needed, just like what I'm doing, kind of paying attention to what's happening. This, in a few places, I felt like it pulled away too much from the edge, so I'm adding a bit more black back into it. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it too much. Once I was happy with it, I threw it in the lamp, and then I'm just going to show one more on a slightly smaller nail. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm just quickly and chaotically making a very gestural frame around the outside of the nail. And then I'll take my silicone tool and just kind of start doing these little X shapes around the whole thing. Sometimes it pulls away from itself on its own without me poking it at all. And it creates these little circles in there. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. But yeah, it really does have a mind of its own. I am not the master of this gel, it is the master of me. So, anyway, yeah, so I just keep working at it until I feel like it looks okay, and then I throw it in the lamp. Here's how they're all looking, all cured, ready to go. I was actually loving the black contrasting on the white. I was like, maybe I won't do that chrome thing. Maybe I'll just leave it black. But anyway, I need to make some hearts to go on top of these. I'm using my Lime Girl Builder Gel, which I just find really easy to work with in general. It's one of my favorite clear builder gels, and it obviously like works really well for sculpting too. When I first start, it doesn't stick to my glove, but after a while of like touching it, it does start sticking to my glove. But anyway, I've got a bunch of hearts in here. I'm not sure where I got this mold. I think it came from like a Vetsy box or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, once I have a bunch of hearts made, I'm going to go in with that red spider lily color. I'm getting right in the crack there. And yeah, I'm going to do a layer of this, and I'm going to try to get the cat eye to pop out. I was really having trouble seeing it again. I've been kind of filming my videos at night, and I'm not sure if the lighting is good, and I wasn't like really able to see very well what was happening. Like you can still, the cat eye is definitely like popping out, but yeah, you can really only see it in certain lights. But yeah, so I'm going to do a big one and then a small one on each nail. And I'm using that same builder gel to apply them to the nail just so that I can stick them all on and then like cure them all at once too. So I'm going to finish doing the heart thing off camera. And before we finish up, I ended up being like, you know what? You know what? I really do want some silver on here, but I wanted the black as well. So even though I should have done this step before adding the hearts, I decided to do like a gradient silver. So it's like the edge of the texture is going to be silver, but then it's going to kind of gradiate into that black color. So we've got the best of all the worlds. We've got the silver, the black, the red, the white. Like I really hope it translates as like a Valentine's Day set. I'll finish these up with a top coat off camera, and with that, we're at the end of the video. I am creeping in with the finished set. These hearts are really big. They're definitely like the first thing I notice, but yeah, I really love that red cat eye shade. Even though the particles are a bit harder to move around, the color is just so lovely, and the poking gel and the texture and the chrome effect that I was able to achieve is really the star of the show, with the chrome effect just being a real added bonus to everything. So a big, big thanks to Born Pretty for always trusting me and sending me their products to review. I thought that the gels were super unique, and I absolutely love the poking gel. So let me know if you've tried it before in the comments, or if you're intrigued to try it, and if you like the lettering or the texture better. And if you've made it this far in the video, you are the best. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see all of you in the next one. Bye.